Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of the United States of America, and welcome to the 27th presidential election, held here on February 31st, 2044. The first of the two candidates I would like to introduce to you is Senator Gonzales Jr., representing the DiCaprio Party. Good evening, sir.
Good to see you again, Wes.
Good to see you again, too. The second runner I would like to introduce is Senator Donelan of the Honey Badger Party.
Thank you, thank you. Hello, sir. I'm so glad I can make it today, and I must say you look rather dashing.
Thank you, sir. You look pretty well yourself.
Thank you.
Good to see you again, Representative Donelan.
I'm so glad we could have this fair fight, Senator Gonzales.
I appreciate it. I will murder your family.
I'm going to burn your house now.
Oh, very pleasant, very pleasant.
Thank you, gentlemen, for that kind display, shaking hands. Now that we have these pleasantries out of the way, I'd like to start with this debate. The first issue I have to raise for you gentlemen is, the government wants to levy a tax on dog food. What is your position on this statement? Senator Gonzales, please.
Thank you for addressing me again, Wes. Now on to the issue of our struggling economy. For years now, our economy has been in the dumpster, the toilet per se. And my party, the DiCaprio, has implemented a legislation to solve our economical problems. In order to solve this problem, we would just simply have a levy a higher tax on dog food because, first of all, not even half the country owns dogs. So obviously, if we put a tax on dog food, it would help our economy. And secondly, it's not a necessity. Dogs can eat any food. They can eat chicken. They can eat fish. Humans, babies. So, again, we must pass this bill in order to help our economy. And I think it's the right thing to do.
Mr. Donelan, your statement, please.
Thank you for calling me to the floor, Wes. Now, I'd like to address something. Senator Gonzales, your main point was, your basis for your argument per se, is that dogs are a minority. Is that correct?
They're not even American citizens, they're dog breeds.
So your whole argument is based upon discrimination. Discrimination.
No, I never discriminated.
I have the floor, Senator Gonzales.
Please restrain yourself. Hold your comments, Mr. Gonzales.
The whole argument of the DiCaprio Party is based on the sole idea that these dogs, these furry creatures, they aren't us. They want to discriminate against a minority. Just like how indentured servants were discriminated against in the 1600s. Just like the whiskey tax of the 1700s, this dog food tax, it's treating them unfairly. They're being punished just for being born as dogs. The DiCaprio Party, this is what they're arguing against. They're discriminating against this.
Is that even legal? Can he even bring a dog onto this debate?
Let's just move on. The second issue I have for you two gentlemen tonight is the war escalating between the Republic of Antarctica and the recently created totalitarian government of Australia. What do you believe we should do in this war? Senator Donelan, if you will, please.
Thank you for letting me take the floor first. I believe I'm much more deserving than some other senators. So, my take on this this new conflict between Australia and Antarctica. I believe that Antarctica is on the short end of the stick. I mean, they don't really have a very good military, so I believe that us being the big brother, being the most prominent member of the UN, we are a shield. We protect other nations. Our military needs to go and aid Antarctica. If we do not send aid to Antarctica, Australia will take over them, hostile takeover, just like corporal takeover. They're going to destroy everything. They're going to come onto our soil and going to attack the US. If we do not stop this, Barcelona's going to lose to Tottenham Spurs in the Championship League.
May I go?
Is that all, Senator Donelan?
That's all.
Please speak, Senator Gonzales.
I am very confused with Representative Donelan's approach on this, but I believe that as Americans we should follow our former president, Madam President Lagletter, her diplomacy on whether to interfere with two separate governments going at war, and her typical policy back when she was the president was, again, to be essentially isolationist, stay away from the conflict, don't pick a side because we don't know exactly who's right, and I just think we should not pick sides in this predicament, and Representative Donelan is stressing sending our own troops, and I believe that is something we should not do. We should not risk American lives over a matter that is not an American problem.
Thank you for that, Senator. The third issue I have for you two tonight is, what should we do about the integration of flying cars into middle-class society? Senator Gonzales, please speak.
Flying cars recently implemented into today's society, and the new prices of them are in the upwards of the tens of millions of dollars, and I feel like there's no way we can economically implement these flying cars into the middle class, not even the upper class. The only people who can really afford these cars are the Warren Buffetts, the Bill Gates of the world, and I just feel like, I'm not saying flying cars are a bad thing, they seem cool, but I don't feel like economically things would work out. I don't see us passing this bill, and I'm just gonna go with no because I like being a negative person. It's a cool way to go. You understand the reality of life. So that's all I have to say on flying cars.
Senator Donelan, if you will.
Wes, I have to say,
Wes.
I totally disagree with Senator Gonzales because if you've been keeping up with the Kardashians, you would know they have flying cars. So why shouldn't we have flying cars? Flying cars, everyone has them. I mean, look at how cool they are.
I must admit, they look pretty freaking cool. You know what? Maybe I should just stop being a negative person. I mean, flying cars seem pretty cool, and if you get me into a flying Aventador or a flying GTR, I guess.
It's the same concept as if everyone else was gonna jump off a cliff, you should too, right?
If it's the trend.
Exactly.
Thank you for your statements, gentlemen. The final issue I would like to raise to you tonight is, what is your position on the distribution of welfare?
Nice.
Senator Gonzales, please start this discussion.
Once again, thank you, Wes, for addressing me. Now, on the issue of welfare distribution, I believe the Honey Badger political party has a very primitive and unsophisticated way on dealing with welfare. For starters,
unsophisticated? Well,
the
other day on TMZ, I read that you have a cocaine addiction.
What? A cocaine? No, nonsense. No. You're not even wearing pants.
Well, neither are you.
Yeah. So?
Let's just wrap this up. Please conclude your arguments with the final summation. Mr. Donelan, if you will.
To summarize, I think that we deserve a 100.
And you, Mr. Gonzales?
I'm Ron Burgundy! Stay classy, San Diego!
No, you are not Ron Burgundy. You are Senator Gonzales, and we are not in San Diego. This is Washington, D.C.
You'll be Ron Burgundy.
This concludes the 2046 presidential debate between Senator Gonzales of the DiCaprio Party and Senator Donelan of the Honey Badger Party. Please remember to cast your vote before Election Day. God bless America.
And God bless you, Miss Guerrero.